a year. That, in fact, in my calculation, is the time that High Court judges in London sit, and I can assure you that is quite sufficient. We need additional time beyond that 180 days for research, for attending conferences like this, and for generally visiting students, universities, and other places of learning where we can give and receive instruction. I should mention one matter. During the conference, there was a misunderstanding when one English lawyer who'd been to Bangladesh expressed concern about the provisions of a particular piece of legislation in Bangladesh. It was not intended, I'm absolutely sure, to be any sort of insult or affront to Bangladesh. I say that because I am a friend of Bangladesh, and I would be very sensitive to any attempt to make any imputations about the court, lawyers or judges of Bangladesh. So I would ask that those who took umbrage at what was said, please to think again, because really that was not what was intended. I wish to say just this when I conclude. This has been a marvellous conference. It is critically important we continue conferences like this to promote study and understanding. And I feel, by virtue of the response received by the audiences at the various meetings we've had, there's every assurance that these conferences will continue and we will have continued success. Thank you very much.
Now I'm going to introduce the International Jurists Awards. I would like to invite Mr. Justice Muzammil Hussain, Chief Justice of Bangladesh, Administration of Justice. In recognition of his sterling contribution to the machinery of dispensation of justice, he is a source of constant inspiration for all. In recognition of his sterling contribution to the machinery of dispensation of justice, he is a source of constant inspiration for all. Thank you. I would also like to acknowledge Mr. Justice Leonpo Sonam Choggi, Chief Justice of Bhutan, who unfortunately is not here today, but it will be presented at Power of Bhutan. I would now like to invite Mr. Vijay Jawaharlal Dada MP, Legal Education in Rural Area. Maintenance of the highest standards of legal education. He has played a seminal role in improving the legal education system in rural areas. Thank you.
Thank you. There would be group photograph of the awardees, but you will wait here itself.
I would now like to invite Mr. V. Kamaraja, IPS, Inspector General in Indian Police, law and order. Justice for his exemplary contribution to the society by maintaining law and order and enhancing the confidence of the underprivileged people in the affairs of the state. I will now request Mr. Justice Hassan D. Jello, Chief Prosecutor, UNICTR, Criminal Justice.
Former Minister of Justice Gambia, former Judge of Supreme Court of Gambia, what not?
For his immense contribution as prosecutor to combating impunity, for setting a benchmark for the fair and efficient administration of justice during his tenure as Attorney General, Minister of Justice and Judge of the Supreme Court of Gambia, Judge of the Special Court for Sierra Leone, and to the cause of human rights and good governance. I will now invite Ms. Christel Stoltenberg, Chancellor of the Estonia Bar Association, Bar Affairs. This is in recognition of the pivotal role played in the affairs of the legal fraternity throughout the world. She has consistently displayed a high degree of professionalism and effectiveness in protecting the interests of the bar. She has also played a seminal role in protecting the rights of women. Thank you. I will now invite Mr. Peter Brignow, Partner, Lawrence Graham LLP, Information Technology Law. This is in recognition of his dedication towards the study and practice of information technology law. I will now request Mr. Punit Aggarwala, Corporate Laws. In recognition of his devotion to the study and practice of corporate laws, his exceptional dedication, hard work and excellence have aided in furthering the understanding of concepts involved in corporate law. And finally, I'd like to present a special presentation of memento to the Right Honourable Lord Phillips, President of the Supreme Court of the United Kingdom. For his outstanding contribution to fair and efficient administration of justice during his distinguished judicial tenure. He has made a lifelong contribution to the cause of justice. Thank you.
His humble life is lordship. Group photograph. Yeah, volunteers one group photograph. Only volunteer who has worked. तुम आइए volunteer come here. बोलेंगे ना बच्ची. Come. Volunteer should go and there will be group photograph of the awardees. Please. नहीं आप नहीं आना स्कूल में आपका 3 years back after
Muzammil Hussain, Chief Justice of Bangladesh, Vice President of the International Council of Jurists, to say a few words.
Good evening, Honorable Lord Phillips, President of the Supreme Court of the United Kingdom, President of the International Council of Jurists, Honorable Justices, judicial experts, ladies and gentlemen, I receive this honor with deep gratitude and great humility. It is a word that speaks of our highest aspiration for an efficient and judicial system, for an independent judiciary. Having bestowed upon me this award, International Council of Jurists have also honored Bangladesh and its judiciary. Independence of judiciary has been a cornerstone of the English political and legal system for centuries. It was in order to permit the judges of England to apply the law rationally and evenly that the idea of judicial independence was originally conceived and protected. In the words of John Locke, the purpose of judicial independence was to ensure that the law would not, quote, be varied in particular cases, but be the same for rich and poor, for the favorite at court and the countryman at law, unquote. An independent judiciary has long been recognized as the foundation upon which a true democracy rests. It ensures the establishment of and adherence to the rule of law, which decrees that the law must stand supreme and is to be evenly and fairly applied to every member of our society, including the public officials who must carry out their duties in accordance with the law. The rule of law allows us to live together in freedom and in harmony, and provides the common ground for social progress and prosperity. It is true that in Bangladesh we have faced many impediments in realizing our vision of having an efficient and fair judicial system. That there might be many more to come in future. Of particular concern are the need to enhance the access to courts, increase the efficiency with which the justice is dispensed with, and the requirement to maintain public confidence in the judiciary. Bangladesh, since its independence, has been striving to make an ideal justice system which is accessible to all and run by an independent and upright yet humble judiciary, which upholds the fundamental rights of the citizens of the country. Bangladesh is a written constitution, and its judicial independence is enshrined under Article 22 of the Constitution of Bangladesh, which categorically provides that the state shall ensure the separation of the judiciary from its executive organs. Unfortunately, the judicial system and the executive organs were entangled in a way which contradicted the notion of separation of judiciary. In such context, the Supreme Court of Bangladesh, in the celebrated case of Madhav Hussain versus